All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about forming tonight, and it is really a relationship building technique that just allows you, whether it's in your warm market, which is your friends and family and people that you're most close to, or once you start developing more of a cold market and you're trying to get to know people that are coming to your fitness page and starting to engage with you a little bit more as a coach. It's just a really nice way to be able to get to know people and build a relationship and build trust as you're trying to determine what their needs are, what their goals are, and get them set up on the right path to succeed. So FORM, it stands for family, occupation, recreation, message. And when, pretty self-explanatory for the first few, but, the family element, it's really just, especially within your warm market, if you've maybe reconnected with some people from high school or college, old co-workers that you haven't, talked to in 10 years. It's a great way to just reconnect and find out, what's going on with them from a family perspective. This, obviously applies to spouse, kids, partners, their parents, if you grew up with them and you know their family, extended family, just kind of reestablishing that connection and, seeing where they're at this point in their life with their family. The occupation element, obviously, very work related, good questions to ask aside from, what are you doing these days? How long have you been doing it? What type of work is that? What kind of responsibilities do you have? Do you like your job? What do you like? What do you dislike? You'll find as a coach, a lot of other people are looking at the coaching opportunity because it can be a potential way of them being able to break free of their current corporate job, agency job, whatever they are doing currently that maybe doesn't give them the time or flexibility that they want with their family. It's a great way for you to be able to kind of just dig into that a little bit and see what they're doing. It's also great to be able to kind of recognize, okay, do they have the type of job that requires good time management skills, organizational skills? Where would they need support and training as a coach if they joined your team? Because we all kind of go through that, and nobody's perfect from time management or organization, but it's always great to see they might bring a skill to your team that they can also train you and your team on as well, based on the type of job that they currently have. Recreation, of course, is what do you like to do for fun? What kind of hobbies do you have? How much time do you get to spend doing fun stuff? Do you travel? Do you, scrapbook? I don't know. Whatever it is that they might do from a recreational standpoint, they might, go dirt biking, every weekend and love camping or whatever that is. And those are all great things to learn about your friends and family and potential coaches, because it's going to be a cool way for not only you to get to know them and connect, but also to see what type of market they would potentially have a niche in if they joined your team. So once you kind of get through all of those things, and it takes time, and I always recommend, just getting the process started, especially with somebody you haven't had contact with in, I would say if you haven't had contact with them in more than a year, this is a great way to kind of just get reestablished, or in your cold market, obviously, just to get to know somebody. Because once you start to find out what their interests are, what their goals are from a health and fitness perspective, how that plays into what they have going on. I mean, their family, their job, and their extracurricular activities, which are going to probably relate to their kids more than it's even going to relate to them, is going to help you know how much time they might have to dedicate to their health and fitness. Okay, so then you can think, all right, this person definitely needs a workout that is under 30 minutes. Okay, that starts to get me going, thinking about 5 or 6 options for them. And they're on the go a lot, but they want to eat healthier. Okay, is a good program with portion control better for them? Or do I need to invite them to my next clean eating challenge or crock pot challenge group or whatever that looks like? So you can start to formulate for you where they kind of will fit, whether it's within your challenge groups or within your next coaching opportunity. Oh, hang on. Finish that bottle. All right, good job, buddy. So then after you spend some time, and it could take a couple of weeks, to kind of go through that, because, people will get back to you, and you're not going to get to hammer through all your questions in 1 or 2 Facebook messages or emails. So be patient and really build that relationship with them, because it's going to pay off for you more in the long run when you set them up with the right program, instead of just trying to think of them as a customer. Really think of them as they're your friends. Like, you want to do the right thing for them and their health and their fitness, not just sell them a challenge pack, So, and I think if you take that approach, you're going to have higher quality challengers in your groups. You're going to have people who are more dedicated to their results and will make for better challengers, and potential coaches as well. So then when you get to the message part, this is where you get to come in and, set them up with the right workout, or go ahead and make that invite to your next challenge group or your next coaching opportunity group. And you plant that seed for what the end result is. And whatever that is, it needs to benefit you and it needs to benefit them. And so, just kind of keep that in mind. It's very natural. It's very fluid. It just gives you some things to, when you're kind of stuck, and this is where I was going with, I'm not real good at small talk. When I get stuck in a conversation, I go to this so that I can think of, okay, have I asked them anything about their family or their kids or what their kids are doing? Have I asked them, what their new job is about and what were they doing before? And, it just gives you some good places to go without instantly, especially if you're a little concerned about, I don't want to jump all in with all of my Beachbody stuff, because you're just going to come off salesy. You want to build a really natural conversation that allows you a great point of entry. And you don't have to get through, oh my gosh, have I asked them a family question? You don't have to go through all of them before you find the right opportunity to invite them, but get them going, let them, realize okay, they really care about me. They're asking great questions about my health and fitness goals. They seem like they're having a lot of success. Okay, maybe, I don't know what a challenge group is, but I really do want to learn more about it. Okay, great. Now you have a great point of entry to share what your group is about, how it works, and invite them, without having to think about a scripted invite or anything that's not going to feel like it's coming from the heart. And that element of, being natural and being sincere is, what other people are looking for, because there are a lot of coaches out there and they could jump into any challenge group, but that relationship they have with you and knowing that you're taking such a personal interest in them is what is going to separate you from any other coach that's out there. So that's my little F.O.R.M. technique, and maybe a couple of things will help you as you're reaching out to your warm and cold market. But any questions on that?
Nope.
Pretty straightforward.
Good.
Okay. Cool. So that's it for F.O.R.M.ing. That's all for this training session.